and welcome to another video on Pixelmod, and in this video I'll be covering some basic info about Pokeballs. And before I go into what each Pokeball does and what you should use it for, I'll explain first how to obtain them. First of all, in Pixelmod you can craft Pokeballs. It follows a bit of the same logic as you can in the main games, the apricorns. In order to craft Pokeballs, you need to have either iron or aluminum bases, which you can craft with iron ingots and aluminum ingots. So with 3 iron ingots or 3 aluminum ingots, you can craft the bases, which you then either hammer yourself on a Pixelmon anvil, or you put them in the mechanical anvils, and they pop out as bases. Now, the base is only the bottom part of a Pokeball. For the top part, you will need apricorns. Either you find them in the wild, or in the case of the server, you can buy them in bulk from the shop. But once you have the apricorns, you cook them. And once cooked, you can use them as a crafting material. Depending on what Pokeball you want or need, you put them in a certain order, and they pop out as lids. And the same thing with the bases, you put the lids in the mechanical anvils and they pop out as the top part of the Pokeball. Once you've done that, you will need stone, because you'll need to make stone buttons. And once you have those, you can basically put them in like top to bottom order: Pokeball top, button, and the base. And that's how you craft Pokeballs. Now, there's a variety of Pokeballs available in Pixelmon and in the Pokemon games, and they all have special properties. So I'll just be going over what the balls do. Like the regular Pokeball, standard ball, just ×1 catch rate, just the standard. Then there's Great Balls. They have a 1.5 times catch rate, so they're a little bit better than standard Pokeballs, but still not super. And then there's the Ultra Balls, which are basically the go-to ball for pretty much any situation. They're ×2 catch rate, so they're better than Pokeballs, and they're not dependent on specific situations. And the rest of the balls pretty much are. Most of them work under a certain condition or under a specific situation where they work really well. The level ball, for example, that one works much better when your lead Pokemon is like level 100, for example. Pokemon under level 25 will have a ×8 catch rate compared to the level 100 one. So that one's a really good one for low-level wild Pokemon if you're looking for Poke Hunts and that kind of stuff. Then there's Moonballs, which the name implies Pokemon that evolve with Moonballs. They have a ×4 catch rate on Pokemon that evolve with Moonballs. Then there's Friend Balls. Those set the happiness of a Pokemon that you catch in the wild to 200 straight away when you catch it. So if you have baby Pokemon, for example, that need happiness for evolving, this one helps you a whole lot. Like, you only need 55 more happiness in most cases to let it evolve, which is like 5 levels or something like that. Then there is the Love Ball, which has a ×8 catch rate to same species Pokemon that are of opposite gender. So, for example, if you have a male Pikachu, that is your Pokemon that is in the lead, and you encounter a female Pikachu, this Pokeball is really good for catching that. Then there is the Safari Ball, which is pretty much like a Great Ball, but it only works in plains because of the Safari. Then there is the Heavy Ball, which is used for Pokemon that are very heavy, obviously. Not sure on the exact catch rate. I believe it's ×4 on Pokemon that are like very, very big. I don't think it's for gross sizes, but it is for basic size from the Pokedex, like example Onix. Very, very big Pokemon. Then there are Fast Balls, which are used on Pokemon that have a base speed stat of 100 or above. So they work, I believe, 3.5 ×3.5 catch rate on Pokemon with 100 speed base stat. Usually really good for Pokemon that are evolved or just speedy from itself, Combuskin or Blaziken, for example. Then there is the repeat ball, which gives you 3 times catch rate on Pokemon that you already encountered and caught before. So to come back to the Pikachu, if you already caught a Pikachu before, because it's obviously in your party, and you find this Pikachu, another Pikachu, then this repeat ball will have a times 3 catch rate. Then there's my favorite ball, which is the Timer Ball, which increases the catch rate to times 3.5 if 10 turns have passed in a battle. So if you're, like I explained in the legendary catching video, if you're busy with false swiping and putting a Pokemon to sleep, by the time you get to 10 turns, the Timer Ball becomes really, really good to use because of the 3.5 times catch rate. That's why I really, really like that ball. And there's the Nest Ball, which is basically if you are 40-ish levels above a Pokemon, this ball will have a 3 times catch rate compared to the Pokemon. If it's less than 40 levels, it goes down by 0.1%. So if you're like 38 levels above it, it becomes a times 3.8 catch rate, etc. Then there's the Net Ball, which has a 3 times catch rate on Bug and Water type Pokemon. So if you find Pokemon on the beach or in the forest or Pokemon in the water, this ball will have a 3 times catch rate. Really easy one to use. And the same thing kind of goes for Dive Ball, except this one doesn't work on Bug type Pokemon, but it does work on Pokemon that are actually in the water. So if you're catching Pokemon in the oceans or deep oceans or something like that, then this ball will have a 3.5 times catch rate. And there's the Luxury Ball, which has the same catch rate as a regular Pokeball, but the Pokemon that you capture with this ball will gain happiness much quicker. So, like for example, the Friend Ball, set it to 200 by standard. This one lets you get happiness points, friendship points, twice as fast. It's also really good for baby Pokemon and alike if you find them in the wild. Then there's the Heal Ball, which completely heals the Pokemon that you caught. Like if you put it to sleep and you did some false swipes on it, it will have low HP and sleep condition. If you catch it with this ball, it will be fully healed, like if you went to a Pokemon Center. Then there's the Dust Ball, also one of my favorite balls, because this one has a 3 times catch rate on places that are very dark. And in Pixelmod, this generally goes for any place that is a cave or when it's night. So that, it's really good for legendaries that spawn in the night, for example. Or if you're like busy on it for quite a while and the Timer Balls really don't want to do its job, then this is also a good ball to switch to when it's night. Then there's Premier Balls, which are the same catch rate as regular Pokeballs, but have a really, really nice red particle effect when you throw out the Pokemon, and it looks a little. I think it looks a little bit nicer than the standard Pokeball with the white on top of it. Then there's the Sport Ball. No, it's basically a gray ball for a bug type Pokemon. Nothing special. I think they're better balls than this one. It does look kind of nice with the orange, but that's pretty much it. And there's Quick Balls, which are also used a whole lot, especially on Pixelmon servers and Pokemon in general. Has a times 5 catch rate on Pokemon that if you encounter them in the wild and you haven't fought them yet, just started the battle, will have a times 5 catch rate on the Pokemon that you're fighting. So it basically, you can be very lucky and just straight away catch the Pokemon with it. Afterwards, if like a turn already passed and you use it, then it's the same catch rate as a standard Pokeball. So if you're a fan of Quick Balls, then basically what you do, you start the battle, you throw the Quick Ball, and if it doesn't catch your first turn, you basically run away and try again. Then there's the Lure Ball, which gives you a 3 times catch rate on Pokemon that you find by fishing. So if you're fishing and you find a Pokemon that's like in the water, then this ball will have a 3 times catch rate on those Pokemon, regardless if they are water types or not. Sometimes you can find Grimer, for example, that's also in the water, which is not a typical water type Pokemon, but is also affected by the Lure Ball because of you can find it through fishing. Then there's Dream Balls, which give you a 3 times catch rate on sleeping Pokemon. And this ball can also work very well on legendary Pokemon, because if you're catching them, they are in low health, and try to put them to sleep. So this ball will, as long as they're sleeping, they will have a 3 times catch rate on that too, which makes it pretty good too. So that's pretty much all the Pokeballs explain what they do, and I wish you good luck on catching all your Pokemon.